Hello and welcome to ARK, the complete series. Well, as you can see, we are out in the wastelands basically because I'm interested in that thing over there. It's an orbital supply drop. I've been looking all around for it's like a red one. I just happened to find this one. But I'm also trying to find one that's in a good enough place to defend, because I'm finding these orbital supply drops are actually a lot harder to defend against than they used to be. I mean, I've tried various different strategies. I had a strategy I was using in the previous playthrough. That worked fine, where I had sort of like one of these Tech 4 shields, if you will, but it was the S Plus version, so I must admit I had a bit of an advantage. I didn't realise that thing, that activates straight away, versus it's like the vanilla one, it takes about like 5 minutes before it activates. But what I've been finding as well is, these corrupted dinos, they take these, even the actual Tech 4 shields, down extremely quickly. Far quicker than I anticipated. I mean, when I was doing this, when Extinction first came out, I mean, the actual force field managed to last, and I was able to do the whole thing with just like 1 giga. Whereas now, I need quite an army to be able to defend an actual orbital supply drop these days. So I don't know what's changed, but it's a lot harder than it used to be. So my strategy for that reason has changed. Now I want to test it out. So I tried it when I found a yellow orbital supply drop, but the trouble is the actual thing despawned before I got to finish. It seemed to go fairly well. And what it involves is, well, one of these this time round. So this is a tech transmitter. So it's a case of, this is just the vanilla version. Actually, what I need to do, I need to put you away. Actually, I'll grab all of... Well, it doesn't really matter. I can put this one into a cryopod for now. What I've found is, well, rather than hanging around having to keep popping things out of cryopods, which is annoying, it takes forever. What I can do is I can just bring a tech transmitter along with me. So as long as I put everybody into a... Oh! What was that? Oh, it's a scorpion. You annoying creature. Go away. Rather than sort of like having to pop everybody out of a cryopod, I can use one of these. So I put everybody into the beacon, and then I pop them back out again. So I've got all sorts of beasties in here. So I'm going to start with getting my gigas out. Because, seriously? Look, I've got enough problems as it is without you getting involved here. Go away. Yeah, I don't know what's happened, because I used to be able to do this with just one. Or wait, look, seriously man, I'm trying to have a video here. Go away. I need to get a saddle for these, but right, so I'm gonna need a lot of gigas. I mean, I've tried it with 3 and I've tried it with 6, and it's like, it's just crazy. I don't know what's going on. It's way harder than it used to be, so something's changed. So I'm just gonna move Greg out of the way. But this seems to go a lot quicker, just getting them out of tech transmitters, than it is getting them out of the actual cryopods, because yeah, you've got a cooldown to wait. So I'm just going to get all of these guys and gals. Look, I know you want to follow me, but don't bother. This particular place, I quite like it, because I've passed by, and you can see it's going to be difficult for anything to get in here. There's just basically 2 locations I can see. I mean, chances are, what I'm going to bank on is that those other areas, anything that spawns like over there or over there, it might actually fall through. It might not be clever enough. Right, so I'm going to get the Volanosaurs to stop. I'm going to get everybody to stop for that matter. So let's see. So what were my tame groups again? So 6 is 7, 8. So 8's the bees. Right, so get the 8s. And I'll get them to follow me. Because I think if I put these over here, I'll get them to defend this side here. Except that one's stuck. It's stuck behind the Volanosaurs. That's not good. I'm just kind of like relieved that OSD hasn't actually started yet. Look at that. That's hilarious. Right. Hang on, I'm coming. I'll get you out of that mess. Why haven't you... Well, yeah, you're a dinosaur. Why should I expect anything better? let me back you up then. See, if you just backed up, you could have walked around. It's not that difficult to comprehend, you know. Right, let me put this over here then. I think it's going to try and follow glory actually, but... Stop following. There's no point. Right, put this onto... Right, so everybody's not following. Right, I'm going to get off this one. So, group 8. I'll put these on aggressive. Then I'm going to leave those 2 over there. Because the intention really is to... Oh, wow, we're seriously running out of water. The intention is I want to get to use Glory over here. I'm going to use her to defend that side. What if I grab the... Oh, it's already started. Right, I'll tell you what. Let me put these onto aggressive. Come on, Eula. Right, I'm just going to leave these ones over here. So I'm going to put these into turret mode. And hopefully they can take care of things like the flyers. Right, so that's that one there. So at the moment, at least I've got that shield up over there working. Right, I'll put them into aggressive mode. Now what I am going to do is I'm actually going to put an actual tech shield down. So this is just the vanilla version, so it's going to take like forever and a day to spin up. And I've got quite a few of them just to keep me covered because, yeah, they don't tend to last very long. Somebody's up to something. Right, set that up to the maximum. So it's going to take about like 5 minutes to do anything. Right, so let's have a look and see. Oh, there's something coming from over there. So the plan is I want to leave them lot defending that side. If anything comes from that side, I'll just use Glory to clear it out. That's the plan. Oh, there's something over there causing me grief. That's interesting. There's something on the inside already. Because I can see numbers floating around over there. Yeah, just challies, they're not so bad. The one downside about this though is you've no idea where things are going to spawn. But I'm trying to use the environment to my advantage really to try and buy me time basically, because if I'm going to be surrounded on all sides, it's going to be very difficult to defend. Whereas just by having this one Giga, I can kind of like go around that sort of area if you will. I rely on those 2 to guard anything that comes up from that side. Those 3 over there. Now that's a thought actually. Which 2 have we got over there? So we've got Bertie, we've got Gertie and Greg, so they're mid boosted, so that's alright. So they're clearing out ones over there, so that's good. It's pity I can't sort of give them instructions and tell them to be just aggressive to corrupted dinos. There is the downside of the fact now is that I've no idea where these things are going to spawn. What the heck's going on there? Is something actually spawned inside there? Because I'm seeing sort of like numbers actually as if they're hitting that OSD. This is weird. But yeah, the plan is basically use the environment to my advantage. The fewer areas that these things can attack on, the easier it'll be to defend against. Now, I mean, obviously we're going to get things like the Wyverns will come in at some point. And they'll just be able to get in from all angles anyway, but I'm thinking of the other dinos. I mean, when it comes to like the red ones, for example, I mean, we're going to be up against things like the Spinos as well. There's going to be all sorts of land ones. But if there's fewer areas that they can attack from, that should make life easier. Because what I'm finding is that these corrupted dinos, they do massive damage, even once the actual shield's up and running. I'd love to know what it is that's causing those floating numbers. It's got me really puzzled. Because there's no... There's no damage, but it's shown as if there's actually damage against it. Now that's actually taking damage. So why is this taking damage? Unless it's... it could be possibly because I've used this one before. I wasn't really paying much attention. Right, anyway, that's wave 1 out of the way, so that wasn't too bad. Part of the big problem, I think, is the fact that these dinos can spawn pretty much anywhere nearby. And then what happens is you get the problem that they may not actually reach the actual orbital supply drop anyway. In which case he then left kind of like stuck because it's, well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, if I go too far, so there's a spine line here, right? You get the problem of that, you know, they can spawn anywhere and they just might never actually reach the orbital supply drop, in which case you're like seriously stuck, because if you go too far, what I found is the actual orbital supply drop itself might actually despawn. Oh wow, there's some spawning over there. I was really banking on these three to do something. I'll have to move them a bit closer. But the trouble is I don't want them going off the edge. That's the one thing I do not want. So it's not quite an ideal location. It's better than some places I've seen, I must admit. I'm going to have to clear these spinos out, otherwise this is going to be a big, big problem. Now, interestingly enough, they're not actually attacking the shield, which is good. Yeah, we've heard it all before. So at least I can clear these out. So that, oh right, rats, they're now attacking the shield. That's not good. Right. My tech shield is actually destroyed by the looks of it. So I'm going to have to put another one down. So it's kind of a catch-22 in that I've got my... my goats. Oh, I thought it had now that's interesting. I thought the tech shield had actually been destroyed. Interesting. But look at how much damage that one Spino was doing. I mean, it's just crazy. Oh, don't tell me those things have gone over the edge. That's one downside, is they can end up getting... they can end up moving around quite a bit. So they can get like knocked about, and if they do, they might go over the edge. And the Giga there is not really helping, because the trouble is it can't actually hit anything outside. But as long as the Giga's inside, it can't do any damage. It's kind of weird. It's like reaching out, but it can't do any damage. Not carrying too much stuff. I should really put them on passive, you know, the harvesting settings. I should have disabled them. Well, you can do, because one interesting feature I've found, actually, just move this one over here. What you can do is disable resource harvesting. If I go back to stay still, will you? If I go back, if you can stay still, it would be. I think I'm going to have to make until this is clear, because this is not helping. If I go back to setting the harvesting settings, if I could, one of the things you've got is this wonderful feature there where you can actually copy the settings to other dinos, which I'm finding extremely useful. Right, I'm going to grab that one. So at the moment I'm just kind of like buying time between, so that at the moment there's still 11 hostiles out there, it seems. But at least we're getting some time here, so you've got quite a bit of meat on you, so that's alright. Yeah, I know. You're all excited. Oh, I wonder if they've got off the edge. No. Let's clear that one out. Right, I'll bring these two over to here. So that's... Hang on a minute. Which one are you? You're Bertha. Well, that doesn't really matter. As long as they're made boosted, that's fine. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Oh, right, someone's gone over the edge. This is not good. 1, 2... Looks like a Velonosaur might have gone over the edge. Ooh, this could be bad, no? Yeah, it's one of the Volanosaurs has gone over the edge. Yes, it's like swings and roundabouts here. I've got... I wanted to be up in the air. Because I can hit them while I'm up in the air. That's the strategy anyway. But I need my Volanosaur back. Nope. You just keep firing while I like try and clear it out. Right. Where are you going? Ooh, wow, this thing's like on seriously, it's hardly got any stamina. I should really probably just put it into a cryo pod anyway. Yo, you've got no stamina left. Yeah, you've got no stamina left, have you, mate? Oh, drat. Let's see if I can just get its attention anyway. Yeah, so it's kind of like an interesting place, but not the best. Right, I'm going to put this one into a cryopod because it's obviously way too bruised. If it had been a Giga, it would have probably been better. Right, hopefully that orbital supply drop's still intact, because the trouble is if you go too far away, yeah. Ah, good, that's still intact then. Right, let's bring these. I'm going to bring these further in because the trouble is if they get pushed around, it can cause them problems, as you can see. Right, so make sure you're back onto turret mode. So by having a place like this, you see, I mean, it's buying me time between the actual the waves. Put you back into turret mode. Now, to be fair, I mean, these Volanosaurs that I've got, they don't have much experience. I mean, you can obviously get much better Volanosaurs than I've got here. Right, let's put you into turret mode. So you've got some points, so let's put that into your melee. You got any points? Nope. Right, so we've got 2 Gigas over there. There's 6 in total somewhere. So there's Glory over there. Right, so those lot, they've all decided to go right away right over there for some reason. Don't go over the edge. Seriously, do not go over the edge. It's not a good place to be. Right, you'll have to just chill, stay there. Right, there's something wants to give you a bit of grief, so let's see where we're up to then. So, probably still on wave 1. So there's 9 hostiles out there, so it's kind of like a, yeah, good sides and bad sides to it in the sense that you can see there's probably less chance of anything getting to the orbital supply drop. On the other hand, I'm probably going to end up waiting ages. I don't know if there's some sort of like timer or something where it eventually just gives up. But I'm just going to keep playing along like this and we'll see where we get to. Ah, finally. Right. Oh, this is a problem. I can't get onto Glory. Oh, good grief. What we're doing here? Because we're just stuck part way inside of the shield. Right, so there's a load more of these things coming. Are you not going to shoot this thing or what? Yeah, it took ages to actually sort of, well, basically just wait, essentially. That's all I've been doing. I've just been waiting for more dinos to actually disappear because they just weren't showing up. I suppose that's kind of like the price you pay. I mean, it's an easy enough place to defend, but the trouble is, it means that it's hard for these dinos to get here. It's going to take forever and a day if they just end up either despawning or you're going to wait for them to die. Oh, that looks like it's wiggling around here somewhere. Ah, that's interesting. Those 2 are stuck over there. They're supposed to be over here. This is the dilemma. I've got that many of them. Come here, you two. I've got some dinos over here for you to eat. In the meantime, I'll go over there and see if I can take care of that woman myself. Because they're just going round and round in a tailspin. Oh! Ow, 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 ow. Hey, come over here. Oh, there's somebody over there giving me grief. You stay put. Right, I'll have to take those pteranodons out myself then. Ah, now there's a dilemma. A pteranodon's stuck up there. Do it the old-fashioned way then. That's one pteranodon out the way. Right, so my 2 gigas are over there. There's 4 Velonosaurs. Now where are the other gigas gone? Because I don't want them going off the edge. That's the thing. I've already had 1 giga go over the edge. I don't want them all going over the edge. Yeah, I know, it's always exciting getting a level. But, you know, it's no need to go overboard. Ah! So that's that way of done. One thing I'm finding is, because of the environment that we're in, my health is actually going down and down and down. And we're not eating to compensate. I mean, it says there, increased food consumption while you're out here in this wilderland area, but we don't actually eat. So the problem is, if you're not careful, you can actually die as a result. But what I found is actually quite a convenient way. Oh no, guys, don't be trashing the place. Oh. But what I found is by having the owl, I can use the owl to actually help me. Please don't tell me you've trashed the orbital supply drop. Oh, you're stuck inside there. Oh no! You're stuck inside the blooming thing. Ah, oh, for crying out loud, I'm stuck. Yeah, I was going to try and get them away from the orbital supply drop, because otherwise they'll just trash it. But the trouble is, if your dino is actually stuck partway through the actual shield there, yeah, was a problem. Don't! And they went over the edge. That was not a good idea. Why did you have to go and do that? Why did you have to go and spoil things? So I'm probably going to have to go and get that one. There'll be one that'll have gone over the edge by the looks of it. I'll have to put it into a cryo pod to get it back again. Ah, so we're on to another round then. Oh, I need to get on to Glory here. Looks like there's a wyvern heading in this direction. There's looks like another one over there as well. Incoming! I'll leave you lot to... Oh, there's an enraged Triceratops coming. It's an enraged one. It's not just normal one, it's enraged. It's in a really bad mood. Oh, there's 2 of them. Jeez Louise. Don't think my Velonosaurs are really put out for that. What is that thing? One of the gigas is stuck inside the actual shield that I've now got up. The trouble is, it can't do anything. Oh, it's come back outside. What's up there? No, I was going to say that they can't do anything if they're on the inside of the shield. I mean, am I stuck on the Velonosaurs? Or are you just out of fucking hook? Right, okay, it's two T-Rexes there. Yeah, the trouble is that your dinos, if they're on the inside, well, the same for you. Nothing can get out of the shield and nothing can get in. So it's kind of a bit of a dilemma on that. I'd like to get stuck inside the actual shield without doing damage to it. Wow, there's a lot of these dinos here. As long as I can keep them away from that OSD. Don't go over the edge! Don't care what you want to do, just don't go over the edge. The few times I've had to rescue ones where they've gone literally right over the top. Yeah, they've decided to go right over the top. So there's 1 giga there. Don't go trashing the orbital supply drop, will you? So I'm gonna have to go and play hunt the giga by the looks of it. Because there's 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 gigas left. So there's 2 of them have gone missing. 248 stego. Right, where the heck are the other 2 gone? So there's those 2 there. There's that one there. That's just a normal. So we're missing 2 gigas. They've probably gone over the edge. It's the one downside. I mean, you've got to put them. I've got to put them into like aggressive mode to make sure they at least attack things. But the downside is that they'll just go wandering off. I mean, you can get those like dino leashes to try to enclose them. But one thing I found is they can get easily destroyed anyway. So I tried that once where I just didn't have the time to actually deploy them, or they just got destroyed so easily. They're just so fragile, it was kind of pointless. Yay! Oh, wow, we're finally done. Right, I'm going to shrink this to the minimum. May as well get Big Red out, because I need somewhere to put all this stuff. I'm carrying way too many things. Hello. Did you bounce off the force field? I'm stuck. No! I'm literally stuck here. Right, I'm going to get her to move, because I need to carry a load of things. That's the downside. I need to pick up all this stuff as quickly as I possibly can, so it's useful to have a couple of dinos. Right, so eject items. Ah, now we've got the useful option of pick up everything. And then I've got to drop everything. Garbage. Don't want that. Right then, so what useful things, if any, did we actually get? That's really the $64 million question. So I've got quite a few good resources, I must admit. I've got like tons and tons of polymer. Although, to be fair, I'm actually making a lot of polymer because I've got the gachas making things. And usually when I sort of like deconstruct all of the items I get, I end up with tons of sort of like organic polymer. So that's not a... I must admit, it's not something I find particularly wonderful, but yeah, if you don't have the gachas, I suppose, then it could be useful to have. What about Big Red? What did you get? I mean, an Ascended Carno saddle. I mean, I've got quite a bit of element, I must admit, I've been picking up, but some interesting armour there, 230. I think I've got better than that, to be honest, already. I must admit that Enforcer, I was using that. I think it was against the element veins. Now, that was actually a Mastercraft saddle. What the heck was that? Oh, I just heard something. So these things have just suddenly spawned around me. Oh, wow. No, this Enforcer was originally an actual Mastercraft blueprint. So when it died, I picked I picked what I thought was the original Mastercraft saddle up, but somehow it's turned into an Ascendant one. And it's actually got way more resources now that it's an Ascendant one than when it was a Mastercraft one, so that's a bit weird. I mean, I've got, you end up with like tons of cryopods, so I don't know what I'm going to do with all them. Lots of meat and what have you, but no, I must admit, I'm not seeing any useful blueprints, because I don't use flak armor. I mean, oh wow, 502 armor. Shine a light. That's pretty good armor, I must admit, for like a flak helmet there. I do like that, but I'm not going to use them. That's the trouble. I could have done with those in, when I was doing the battles over at on Aberration. That's it. My brain suddenly froze there. I suppose. I mean, you could use, as far as I'm aware, I think you can actually use the radiation gear out here. So maybe that's what I should be doing because of the environment. Maybe that would benefit me, because at the moment I'm just using tech gear. So maybe I'd benefit from that. I don't know if I want to be able to pick up. I mean, there's only so much I can carry, or at least so much big. Well, actually, I suppose I could get you to follow me back. So yeah, I mean, it's probably taken me like a couple of hours to be able to do that in that strategy. It's kind of, you know, you could go for the open world solution where you've got no borders around you, and the trouble then is you're going to get a wave after wave coming at you, and I think it would be a struggle, because I mean these force fields were useful. I mean I burned up about 3 of them in the process, so they're pretty expensive, to be honest, to try to justify it. And since I didn't really get anything useful, I mean, it's the only way you've got to, as far as I'm aware, you've got to do the actual red orbital supply drops to be able to get, say, like a blueprint for a mech, to get a better mech. But I've got to try and justify it, really, because the fact it took me so long. So you could go for the open world strategy where you're trying to defend against things, you know, on all sides at once. But the risk is that you've got, you know, you'll get so many of them that will just overwhelm you, and you won't be able to cope. On your hand, you go for something like this strategy where there's only so many borders open, and then you've just got to sit and twiddle your thumbs most of the time. So yeah, this strategy is easier. It's just a heck of a lot more time consuming, and it means you've got to find an actual orbital supply drop that actually lands in an area that is better enclosed. And there are a couple of places, I must admit, I found. There's one over there, for example. And then there's this one here. So I know there's another one over that side as well. So it probably might be a case of like spending a bit of time to have a look around where these OSDs do drop, and then just try and timing, I suppose, whenever one of them actually lands near an area where you want to be able to defend. Just go there. But probably better if I brought the actual environmental, you know, the radiation suit, I think. Because this environment, it's not doing me any favours with the tech gear. I managed to survive quite well with the cactus broth, I must admit. Having Aussie here was useful, because by having him, even though my health was going down and my food wasn't getting consumed, I could use him to then force me to consume food. So that's one strategy you can use to get around that. Oh, wow, you're taking forever, mate. Yeah, different strategies. I suppose it's a case of trying different ones. So where do we go from here? Well, that's all for another episode.